Fruits, vegetables, what to have, what to prioritize, how to go about doing it. Well, let's start off with the most important piece: adherence. Just like with anything else, what do you enjoy enough, or what do you enjoy working with so that you can incorporate it into your diet and be able to adhere to having it on a consistent basis? Because vitamins, minerals, and nutrients are so incredibly important. And ultimately, to lose fat, we just need to be in a caloric deficit, and to optimize the level of lean muscle mass that we're maintaining during that phase, we need to keep protein high. So then we get into what's called the micronutrients of everything, beyond just looking at carbs as a whole main group. Fruits and vegetables are carbs, but we're looking at what they're doing inside of our systems. This is what is considered or called the micronutrients. You have your macronutrients, your carbs, your proteins, your fats. You have your micronutrients, which lie in your fruits and vegetables, right? So the second thing, once you've figured out, well, what do I like and what can I adhere to, whether it's spinach, whether it's mushrooms, whether it's tomatoes, and so you can work these things into your diet, is to try on this second level, once you've done that, to get most of them from your dark leafy greens or your dark colored berries or fruits. Typically, and I say typically, not always, but typically the darker the color, the more vitamins and nutrients that source is going to have, which is why we want to prioritize our dark leafy greens like our spinach, our kale, our broccoli. We also want to get a variety. So it's okay to want to have tomatoes and to have carrots. The thing is, they're just going to be slightly higher on the carbohydrate scale, meaning they're just going to have more calories in a serving than you would be able to really bump it up with something like spinach or broccoli. You would have to eat a lot of broccoli, right? Whereas opposed to your potatoes, your white potato, or even a sweet potato, a lot of vitamins and nutrients in there, still good. We want to have them, work them in for sure, but you're going to have a smaller quantity than you would with something like spinach, and less ability typically to work it into other things. And we want to be able to get all of the nutrients that we possibly can and the serving sizes that we can. So remember, a serving size is your fist, and we're going for 8 serving sizes a day. If we can keep them on the lower calorie range, we're going to lose weight. So we don't really want to have 8 of these potatoes a day and put ourselves in a caloric surplus and then never lose the weight. That would be counter to our goal here today. So besides that, when we're looking at berries or fruits, the darker the color, typically the more antioxidants, the more nutrients it is going to have as well. And on top of that, the lower glycemic index, the lower total number of calories it's going to have, because it's going to have less sugars per serving size. You can have a fist size of blueberries, and it's going to be a fraction of what it would be to have an entire fist size of bananas, which would probably be about 2 bananas, or maybe at least 1.5. So your body is going to get a lot more sugar from the banana, a lot more calories than it would from the blueberries. You're also getting a lot more fiber, which is great for the system to keep flowing. And it's what we need. And what so often people are missing from their diet is not enough fiber to help keep it regular as possible, so we can keep this fat loss thing rolling on a consistent basis, and enough antioxidants so that we're inhibiting the oxidization because of things like vitamin C, vitamin E, whatever the vitamin may be that is inside of that fruit that we're lovely enjoying and consuming. So first thing is, what can you adhere to because you actually like it? And then let's bump that one up. The second thing is, can we go and work in these darker colored fruits and berries and vegetables as much as possible? The third thing is, can we look for ways to sneak it in? And here's what I mean. So often I'll make eggs in the morning and I'll put a ton of spinach in there, chop up some mushrooms. What can you sneak in to have these flavors that you wouldn't want to just have, or you wouldn't want to just be stuck having a salad? I'm able to get 2 to 3 servings of some kind of vegetables in the morning by doing this. With my snack, same thing. I'm able to have that alongside something that is protein based, like a beef jerky or even a Baby Bell cheese or some cottage cheese, and create so that it's a dip with the cottage cheese with some cucumbers. So I'm getting those veggies increased as much as possible. Other ways are, say you like to have pasta. Well, can we use zucchini spirals? They even come pre-done these days. You don't have to buy a spiralizer. Or can you chop up a bunch of veggies, right? I call it no pasta pasta. Throw in marinara sauce, whatever, maybe lean ground turkey, all mixed up. You've got pasta right there without even having the noodles. We've decreased our total calorie amount that's coming in and really spiked the veggies that are in our system, getting all of that wonderful goodness of vitamins that we need, and we're winning. Another thing to be able to do is, say it's a cold night and you're having a soup, or you're having like what we call shredded chicken chili, and it's amazing. It's literally like crock pot or Instapot, a couple pounds of chicken, can of salsa, boom, done. So it's really low calorie, really high protein. And you've got it sitting in this like salsa sauce. It's amazing. And then pour it over a bunch of veggies. This is even where you can put several handfuls of kale, bitter kale, nasty kale. I'm sorry for those of you that like kale. It's not that great, but it's loaded with some good stuff, right? And so the flavor of all of that masks it. And I'm able to, one, enjoy all of the nutrients that I'm getting from it. Two, not have to taste it. But three, it emulsifies my meal so that my level of satiety, my level of feeling full happens a lot faster. So I'm not having to go back for seconds or thirds, and I'm able to just get more from that one meal, and it bulks up. So there's so many benefits by doing this. So when it comes to fruits and vegetables, fist size, try and look for every possible way you can to bump them up, make them your priority. I do always recommend, especially if you're at a restaurant, especially if you're eating at a friend's house, eat your veggies first. If you're at a potluck, put a scoop of veggies on before you do anything else. What we tend to put on our plate first cues the brain to, that's what's most important. That's what I want to have right now. That's my priority. And start eating that first as well. You'll start to fill up on what is best for your body and condition your brain to meet you with where you're at, with where your goals are. So veggies, fruits, enjoy them, my friends. Have at it.